This week is an important one for new parents as it puts the topic of breastfeeding in the spotlight.
And we asked Dr. Rupi, a new mom herself, about the challenges and benefits.
This next segment is for new moms and newborns. It is National Breastfeeding Awareness Week. And we want to check in with a good friend, Dr. Rupi, for Ask Dr. Rupi, who also has been enjoying some time at home with her newborn. So nice to see you, Dr. Rupi.
So nice to see you as well.
Well, I know this is something you've had some time to become an expert on, also as a mom and as a medical doctor too. So tell me about this week.
Absolutely. So yes, definitely learning a lot about breastfeeding recently. And it's so exciting that it is Breastfeeding Awareness Week. It's important to recognize and support breastfeeding women all over the world. And the WHO has created, actually along with the folks that promote breastfeeding, they've created this week to help promote and support women in the workplace, at home, everywhere, to make sure that breastfeeding is supported. Now, Breastfeeding Awareness Week started back in the 1990s. Prior to that, there was a push for formula feeding and not necessarily knowing the importance of breast milk and the benefits. And so once those started being recognized, there was a push to promote that and support women and empower women to be sure that they're breastfeeding their babies. Some of the wonderful benefits of breastfeeding are not just for the infant, but also for the mother.
Well, let's talk about some of those then.
Yeah. So for the baby, for example, breast milk is custom made, if you think about it, right? They're getting all of the vitamins, the minerals, the fats, the carbs, the proteins, even the antibodies from their mother. And what actually happens is that when the baby is breastfeeding, their saliva actually signals to their mother what kind of milk needs to be made. So it's absolutely as customizable and as personalized as any sort of food or nutrition can get. So that's great for the baby. It helps to create that bond with the mother as well. And a lot of people don't realize the benefits for the mom also help to prevent breast cancer. There are decreases in ovarian cancer for women who breastfeed. So there's all sorts of benefits for breastfeeding when it's possible.
That's true, because there are some challenges, especially getting started and producing enough. What are the main challenges of breastfeeding?
Fed is best. Now, we're definitely promoting breastfeeding. We know all the benefits. We know that it's very important, but a lot of times it's a challenge, or some folks can't get to the point of breastfeeding. And formula fed is still okay as long as the baby's belly is full. That's the goal. So I do want to stress that, because sometimes there can be a societal stigma attached to not breastfeeding, or women really feel that pressure. And it's important to recognize that, yes, it is very important if it is possible, but when it's not possible, that formula feeding is okay. Now, some of the challenges that can come about that every woman who has ever breastfed can recognize, things like latching. A baby might have a difficult time latching. Some women have difficult time having the milk coming in. And what that means is from the time that the baby is born until the milk actually starts producing in mature milk, there can be a time lag. And oftentimes, babies need extra nutrition during that time and might actually need to be supplemented with formula, which is absolutely okay. However the baby is fed, the most important thing is that the baby is fed. Now, some of the other difficulties can be engorgement, where the breast gets overfilled. There can be plugging problems where a milk duct can get plugged. There are ways to prevent this. There are ways to help with this. When women are emptying their breasts, that's the best way to help prevent the engorgement and even those clogged milk ducts, as well as supply issues. I know a lot of my friends have had supply issues, and everyone's always asking, well, how do I increase my supply? What am I supposed to do? How do I make sure the baby's getting enough nutrition and food? So those are some of the more common challenges that women face.
Those are some of the keys. And it seems like there's a lot more discussion, whether it's having more places for women to breastfeed and everything. So it is becoming part of the conversation.
Absolutely. And that's so important. In the workplace, women actually are noted to be more productive and even more loyal to their employer when they have a place that they can breastfeed and there's a conducive situation to breastfeeding, whether that is a breastfeeding room, whether they're getting additional time off. So one of the things I can comment on here is about maternity leave, which I'm familiar with. Now, the WHO actually recommends up to 18 weeks of maternity leave, whereas here in the US, we're slacking a little bit when it comes to that. If you look at European countries, they get a lot more time off. to bond with their baby and also for that specific reason for breastfeeding. Whereas here in the US, we tend to go back to work sooner. However, there's a big pushback in 2015 with the Breastfeeding Awareness Week, and a lot of initiatives were developed to help promote breastfeeding in the workplace, which has been wonderful. So it allows for that balance, and they allow for not just the time for breastfeeding, but also safe storage and hygienic storage locations for them.
That's terrific. Remind our viewers of your website so they can follow along with all of your tips and tricks.
Definitely. It's drrupi.com, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well, and that's dr.rupi.
All right. Thank you. So nice to see you.
So nice to see you as well. Thank you so much.
Great to have Dr. Rupi back on board. Of course, she has her hands full, not only being a new mom, but giving coronavirus updates, working on her blogs. Her website is just full of all types of health and wellness information.
Yeah, and the fact that she's a new mother herself brings a lot more validity to the whole subject.
Absolutely, as everyone who's gone through it knows. Well, thanks to Dr. Rupi. We have more